Hi everybody out there in YouTube land. Yes, it is me once again, amateur artist Mark D. Chandler, coming at you once again from ManLand. And today I got a special surprise in the mail. I'll give you a hint. The first two letters of his channel name starts with FS, and the rest of it's Bushcraft. I couldn't wait. That's right, Peter from FSBushcraft sent me something in the mail. Well, he was sitting there talking about he wanted the Stanley Adventure Camp cook set, and well, the boy wanted it pretty bad. Now I told him not to send me nothing, but he did anyway. He sent me one of them tamarines. I'm sorry, Peter, man, I couldn't wait, man. I just had to open it up. And the fact they turned our internet off, I ain't got no way to upload this video just yet, but I will tomorrow. But in the box, he left a note. It says, and I quote, "Hello, brother ManLand. Here is a mini rocket stove I'm sending to you. It is used, but it is special. It has been used many times by me and the great Mr. Cull Craven. We have made Chaga tea, coffee, and food on this stove many times, so it has a history of brothers having a great time out in the bush. So now I pass it on to you to live out its life in the hands of someone I know that will use it well and make a smile on a brother's face that knows it was in the hands of some crazy, lucky Canadian brothers."
Peter, that's right. That's the first time I fired her up. Boy, she's a looking pretty. And I'm using some twigs and stuff, kind of like this right here. Alright, using finer stuff like that right there to really get it going, and of course some pine straw to ignite it. Now, everything out here is extremely wet. We've had nothing but rain and rain and rain from that there hurricane. You know, the one that was headed toward Mexico? I thought for a minute there we was going to have nothing but Mexicans and Texans raining on us from that hurricane. Good thing that it downgraded to a Category 1.
Y'all crazy for real?
I've got my Stanley Adventure Camp cook set right there. Y'all see that right there? That's kind of what I sent Peter, only his actually has the top, the cups, the whole 9 yards. This is the way I got mine. Now, Peter, I sat there and I put this thing on there and I found out that the Stanley does not want to sit on there just right. Man, it almost made me cry. But you know me, I couldn't give up, so I got myself a tin can. And you know what that tin can does? Sits on there just like that right there. Does a fine job. Let me get this back up a little bit. Does excellent. Now let me get that off of there. Woo, 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 woo. Hot, 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 hot.
Thanks again, Peter, FSBushcraft. Oh, wait, there's a PS. PS. I also added a new VICTORINO Swiss Army Classic SD pocket knife. And here it is right here. Dude, it's so itty bitty, I love it. And it's gonna stay right there in that little special cook kit you just sent me, guaranteed. I'll do a review on this later on, y'all. I found out that tin can sits on there just right, but the Stanley don't. It wants to wobble and fall. So to fix that, if I put my Stanley inside that tin can and then snap the hinge, that's mighty high. I got a flame finna kick up. It has a tendency to want to hold that tin can in place. And let me get this thing here out of the way. But once this right here burns down, I'm gonna put me just 1 cup of water in there, and we're gonna try some of that Chaga tea using this here little burner. This is a real nice wood gasifier. I can see that right now. And some Chaga tea for you to try. Just add to it water and boil it till it has a caramel color to the water. The longer you leave it, the more taste it will have. Some people like to add a little honey or sugar to it. You can tell I'm reading. And milk.
Man, I tell you what, that thing's a percolating fine. Can y'all see how that thing's gasifying in there? Let me get the camera a little bit closer and hold it steady. Look at how them flames are just a-flaming out of there. Now while that's a-going, I put about 1 cup inside this here Stanley in tin cup. And we're going to set it on top just like that right there. See? No worries, mate. A tin can, a coffee can makes it all better. And what it does is that's like a chimney effect. It's pulling that flame up through there, and it's actually all the way around that there Stanley, doing a fine job of doing what it's supposed to do, which is heat that water up. And they sent me a bag of chaga. Now, to be perfectly honest, there's one piece missing out of here. I already tried a piece off camera. And it was pretty good, man. It tasted nothing like that there pine needle tea. I mean, that stuff is nasty. People can die drinking that stuff. Nobody's gonna drink it because it tastes like turpentine and pie salt. And now I'm gonna add a piece of chaga that he sent me. Boop. Now during this process I'm gonna have to add some more fuel to it, so let me go get some more of them little bitty sticks. Won't take long to heat this dude up. I gotta learn to read without pausing. But I don't mind it plain. And no, it tastes nothing like pine needle tea. LOL. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie about it. It took a lot of effort to get this wood going because it's just so wet. But I got it stoked pretty fair right now, and I think that's gonna be just enough to do what I need to do on this 1 cup of water for this here chaga tea. The pieces of chaga tea, if you let dry out after they used up and don't make tea anymore, will also take a spark and can be used like char cloth to start a fire. We now have what I believe in just very few minutes here, we have a boiling pot of water here. She's just a boiling. And that's all it takes for that chaga. So I'm going to take this thing here off. For the stove, I have a video on my channel under Peter's Reviews. The name is Showcase New Bacho Expert PG72 saw and wood gasifier stove. At the 5-minute mark, I show how to use it. Yes sir, Reevy Baba. Gonna take it off and set her down to the side there. Let that cool down just a bit and let that fire go ahead and burn on out. Well brother, I appreciate it, man. You have no idea how much I appreciate that there little old wood gas stove. Y'all recognize that right there? Oh, of course you do. That right there means that I'm a genuine, bona fide USDA approved, and that happened to be ManLand approved, by the way, part of the Green Cup Club. Now I'm going to take the Stanley out of this here tin can by doing this. I'm about to pour me a cup of chaga tea. Now sometimes I like to filter this. I filtered it at the house. Ooh, she is a hot. Look at that caramel color. Just like you said, Peter, it ought to be real good. Yes sir, and now the first official on video taste test. This was good back at the homestead right there, but out here, being it was cooked over a fire, well, they say everything tastes better when it's cooked on wood. That's hot. That is. It's not bad. It really has no flavor. I mean, it's got a flavor, but it's a flavor I don't recognize, and it's not bad at all. It's almost like drinking tea from a bag, a tea bag, that has no sugar in it. Does this stuff here make hair grow on top of your head? I need some of that, badly. FSBushcraft, man, you wasn't lying. I tell you what, this here chaga tea is mighty fine drinking, especially on its own. You can drink it by itself. Tastes a little bit like warm water with a slight hint of something, not sure what it is. It's wood. It's got a flavor to it. It's not bad at all, y'all. I really cannot describe it to you. It's something you gotta try for yourself. The world's starting to spin. Starting to get a buzz now. Y'all sure this is not some type of narcotic or something? But Peter, seriously, man, of FSBushcraft, man, that means an awful lot to me. I appreciate it. I really do.
And I have to admit right now, I'm a little bit jealous. The reason being, it kind of outperforms right now my personal homemade hobo stove made out of that IKEA. So all I know is time's gonna tell. When I get out here and I ain't got no wet wood and I can really give this thing a go, man, we're gonna cook some frog legs.